Commanders training camp Sunday, ending his 4-day holdout from the team. McLaurin, entering the final year in his 3-year deal, expressed frustration previously with the lack of progress on a new deal. Although the star wideout did return to practice, he was placed on the PUP list with an ankle issue, turning his holdout to a hold-in. McLaurin was a big part of the Commanders' success as he was targeted 117 times, along with 13 receiving TDs. Rest of the team combined. All right, S.A., what's your concern level for McLaurin's hold-in?
I'm concerned, but I'm concerned because of Jaden Daniels. Obviously, there was a chemistry that was developed there. You guys know this better than me. Jaden Daniels was all-world as a rookie. Took him to the NFC Championship game, showed up, had 4 fourth-quarter comebacks, second only to Patrick Mahomes this past season, second lead in rusher from the quarterback position in this league, behind Lamar Jackson. The brother can ball and he's big time. But it helped that he had a guy that he could rely on and a standout receiver like McLaurin, who's been there for a while and helped smooth the transition from the Dan Snyder to the Josh Harris era, because we all know how crazy those times were for the franchise and how things could have been a bit discombobulated, to say the least. So knowing that this guy has had 5 consecutive seasons of over 1,000 yards, knowing how reliable he has been and can be, knowing that he's a damn good football player, but also renowned as a leader in this locker room and a reliable commodity for your star quarterback, the face of your franchise now. To not take care of him, what the Commanders have to recognize is that it potentially compromises Jaden Daniels. And anything that gets in the way of his growth, his progress, is something you should go all out to avoid.
Yeah, Stephen A., I don't understand what the Washington Commanders are waiting on. This is a homegrown talent that's done nothing but produced. Over the last half decade, no wide receiver in the NFL has more tight window catches than Terry McLaurin. And quite frankly, with your quarterback on a rookie contract, this is the time to spend a little bit more when it comes to veteran players that are integral to his improvement. And you want to see from year 1 to year 2, Jaden Daniels continue that steady growth. Having any type of delay or interruption with Terry McLaurin being available threatens that. And that's why I am totally against the Washington Commanders taking this posture. Now, I do have a lot more trust and a lot more faith in this regime with Adam Peters and Dan Quinn than I did in the previous years when Dan Snyder was the owner of the team. But at the same time, if there was ever a time to go for it, based on what they've already done this offseason by trading for Laramie Tunsil and Deebo Samuel, this is a piece of business that the Washington Commanders need to take care of because they are still trying to play catch-up to the reigning defending champions in the Philadelphia Eagles, who happen to reside in their division.
Yeah, Chris, I see it a little bit differently because, first of all, as you mentioned, Adam Peters and Dan Quinn have done everything right, starting with the culture and the foundation. And look, let's remember, Terry McLaurin is under contract, so I'm sure they're trying to figure something out for the future, but it's not like they have to do anything to go acquire him. He's under contract. He'll be a free agent at the end of the season. He is very important as you think about a complementary piece to what Deebo Samuel does well, which is he could stretch the field and he can catch outside the numbers. So, yes, it is critical for Jaden Daniels' development. But, guys, it's July 28th. Let's give this at least like a few days here to breathe. I don't think this is Cincinnati Trey Hendrickson. I think this is one of those situations where it's probably very solvable.
You see, Mike T, that's and I understand because you bring a different perspective to the show. I mean, I never played. This man played and won, and obviously you were an executive in the National Football League. But we got a guy like McLaurin that's like, his contract is currently 17th in annual value amongst receivers in the National Football League, 17th. You just got to an NFC Championship game. You got a rookie who is a star, okay? And that's his primary weapon. Come on now. You got to make sure you take it. You can't just look at it in a vacuum like it's McLaurin. You got to look at the addition that it brings to Daniels, making sure you're taking care of your quarterback and the receiver. You can't sit up there and procrastinate and look at it any other way. They have to take care of this man. They need to pay him.
No one
keep
said
him on
that
board.
Yeah, they shouldn't. I'm not saying they shouldn't try to get something done. All I'm saying is context here. It's July 28th. They have some time. And again, he's going to be 30. And what do we see the good disciplined organizations do? They pay their players appropriately. So let's see how this plays out over the next 5 to 7 days.
Mike T, warning. Warning, Mike T. Last comment, Molly. Warning, Mike T. With all due respect, that really sounds a lot like Jerry Jones.
Well,
Got
hold on a
time.
second.
We can wait. Sounds like Jerry Jones. Sounds like Jerry Jones, Mike.
I
It does. Am I right, CC? Ain't that something Jerry Jones would say?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. He's 30 years old.
I'll
We
let you defend yourself.
worried about him being hurt.
right.
Even though he ain't missed a game in 4 years, we worried about him being hurt.
I will put a ribbon on this conversation.
Sure.
You know what the great Bill Parcells would say right now, guys?
Tell me.
Let's go by what we see. And about 6 months ago, there was a team that was in the NFC Championship game, and they aren't residing in Dallas.
Leaving it there. No one's allowed to respond.
Quarterback season in history, but he still believes he has a long way to go.
In the quarterback room, we always say check your egos at the door. And that's like the main thing that they heart because everybody has egos. Everybody is selfish in their own ways. As human beings, I mean, that's just human nature. But for us, it's like, okay, how can I just go out there and take that away from me, push the ego out the way, and how can I be able to grow and get better? Because I still got so much to learn, and I'm striving to be a perfect player. I mean, if people were perfect players, everybody play in this league.
Talk about maturity.
Yeah.
You know, this is, again, another very mature answer from a young quarterback. Bart, will Jaden Daniels be better, worse, or the same as his rookie season?
I want to say better just because his intangibles, his ability to escape, I think they improved the roster. I think last year they went out and got a lot of veterans to kind of patch holes really quickly. I think now they were more intentional about how they want to improve their team going forward. But I thought the same about C.J. Stroud. And, you know, he had that sophomore slump. So it remains to be seen. But so far, you know, I believe that Jaden Daniels has what it takes. Now, last year, Mike was concerned with his ability to take hits. He really didn't get hit. But, you know, that train's never late. So, I mean, every season has his own unique identity, but so far I think that he'll be able to take it to the next level.
Talk about not needing patience like the other guys. Jaden Daniels did more with less last year, and he has more this year.
Correct.
I'm a little apprehensive to put too much pressure on him because of what he did. If he's the same, if he's literally the same, to me, that is just fine. He already proved to me in his rookie year that he is capable of being a championship quarterback, not just on the field, but also off of it. Like, he has all of those things, and he's already shown it, and now he has Deebo Samuel as well. So to me, he's right there.
That playoff game in Detroit, that was a special performance by that whole team. Mike T, Jeff mentioned Deebo Samuel. Is that the best big impact addition that the Commanders made?
Yeah, to use Greeny's term, sneaky big news. In his career, Deebo Samuel averages 9 yards after catch, which is really remarkable. So you talk about jet sweeps and all the behind-the-line scrimmage things you want to do to bail out a quarterback so he doesn't get those big hits, get the ball to Deebo Samuel. And then look, they had protection issues last year, 50 sacks. So you go get Laramie Tunsil on the right side, you draft Josh Conley on the right, Sam Cosby coming off of ACL, he'll be back at some point. This offensive line should be better with all the intangibles. You're skeptical,
No, I'm asking any concern, when a team like the San Francisco 49ers that knew what Deebo was willing to let go of him.
A little bit, but I would say this, like, they paid Brock Purdy, so some players had to graduate. Their GM, Adam Peters, came from there. And look, maybe, Deebo has 2 years left instead of 5, but if I'm a young quarterback and I just want to get the ball out for like those long handoffs, like, Deebo to me is a great bailout player.